All right, everyone. Welcome to this weekend Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for June 1st through the 3rd of 2018. All right, so this weekend we have some easy energy to work with. Friday, Saturday. We've got the moon in Sagittarius those 2 days. So still a great time, as was the case on Thursday, to expand our horizons. This could be through discussing larger matters such as philosophy, spirituality, or quite literally expanding our horizons through that adventurous spirit. So with this, we do have a grand trine involving Venus. Venus is going to be in a trine with Jupiter, who's been trining Neptune this year. So very nice harmony here, likely with our relationships, with our values, the things we enjoy in life. Nice connections here. And Mercury is trining Mars, so good communication as well. Once we get to Sunday, the moon goes into Capricorn, so a bit more of the reserved energy, making it good for constructive things. And Mars goes over the South Node, suggesting this transformation with our, what is likely emphasized, this deep need, these deep desires of going after the things we want in life, and the transformation of releasing that. All right, so let's look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so let's go ahead and break this down one day at a time. We're going to look at this for Friday, then Saturday, and then Sunday. All right, so again, this channel is for Sidereal. If you are new, check out that link down below. We are using the actual size of the constellations, so you will notice the signs I mentioned are different from mainstream astrology. All right, so Sagittarius, we felt this energy on Thursday. Really good here for most of the weekend, Friday, Saturday, for expanding those horizons. So really good for seeing the big picture of things. Usually themes pertaining to this, maybe pertaining our direction in life, where we're headed, seeing things in that top-down perspective, maybe gaining that sense of purpose as well through this larger perspective. So that's more on the spiritual level, but quite literally on the physical level, there could be expanding of our horizons. Great time to be going for walks, getting out into nature, doing adventurous things with the moon in Sagittarius. So this is, of course, in the context that it is still a grounded time with the sun and Mercury in Taurus. This whole lunar cycle, these past roughly 2.5 weeks, have been about grounding ourselves through our self-reliance, our inner sense of self-worth, and self-value. So great time still to be doing that, cultivating these inner resources, and as a result, also maybe creating more stability in our external environment as we create more stability inwardly here. So great to be thinking this way too. Mercury and Taurus taking the mental stuff nice and slow. Communication also one step at a time. And Venus in Gemini. Great time to be enjoying some communication and enjoying learning in general, whether it's through others or maybe reading some books or doing some writing, this type of stuff. All right, so that's the backdrop. In terms of the aspects here, let's go ahead and break it down for Friday. With that moon in expansive Sagittarius, we do have a very nice grand trine leading us into Saturday. So this is involving Venus from that Gemini. So great couple days here, I think, for just collectively maybe feeling a little bit inspired and a little bit hopeful when it comes to our relationships. So great time to be open-minded there. Could be very good receptive energy in those relationships as well. Enjoyable, big picture potentials, you know. And then on a physical level, Venus is, of course, the ruler of Taurus, of this whole lunar cycle. So maybe our physical values, resources, finances, enjoying the simple life, these material values do have this very nice grand trine as well. This open-mindedness, maybe for some of us, some opportunities, depending on your personal chart. And again, just a bit of receptivity for relaxing into the material life, into our senses and enjoying things materially that can relax us, give us, again, this very receptive yet inspired energy when it comes to our values and those relationships here Friday and Saturday. All right, so very nice grand trine. Along with this, Mercury is going to be trining Mars. So there can be a bit of directness with our communications, assertiveness, maybe some confidence when it comes to, again, the communication, exchanging with others. A lot of good social energy these couple days with both Venus and Mercury in good harmony. And that Mars just giving us a bit of that dose of independence, directness, and confidence when it comes to those day-to-day matters. All right, so that's going to be these 2 days. As we get into Saturday, maybe more on the Neptune side of that Venus, really good creativity, a bit of dreamy energy, really good for imagination, that type of creativity, and just, again, that receptivity, which can be enjoyable. All right, so that's those 2 days. Again, Saturday, still the moon in Sagittarius does suggest the expanding of our horizons. Great time to do that. See the big picture and just use a little bit of that open-mindedness, which is certainly the theme those 2 days. Then as we shift into Sunday, the moon is actually going to go over the Mars South Node conjunction that is going exact on Sunday. So this is a bit of a shift of energy here. It's not necessarily challenging, but it is a great time to bring some extra conscious attention to the inner world, to the inner realm. I think what's taking place collectively is that as we approach Sunday, there is this increased energy about our desires likely being very strong, and this emphasis on what we want and our independence. So this is going to be going through what is this transformation, more than likely collectively, of what you might call the masculine energy, right? The drive, the directness, the things we want, the taking of action. And as a result, more than likely bringing some balance to this energy. So as you approach Sunday, good to bring some conscious attention to this, but particularly on Sunday, great time to do things like meditation or spiritual activities, or understand more about ourselves in life in the psychological realm. Bring that conscious light to the inner world here. Because what's most likely happening is that there are some patterns that we all have to a degree involving maybe unconsciously having these very strong needs and desires and wanting, to have what we want. And so as we bring the conscious attention here, that's really all we have to do with the South Node, which will then help bring this into balance. Because naturally the transformations taking place, what will result from this will likely be a freer sense of not maybe so attached to what we want, right? Not the personal needs not being as strong or bottlenecked or maybe even frustrated. And we're just going to be that much more accepting. So really good to facilitate this process on Sunday. Again, bring that conscious attention to anything that does involve your desires, your wants, your needs, right? Observe these patterns, and it's through that observation that these energies naturally go. So it's a very karmic energy. South Node is believed to be from past life, and you could even say the past 1.5 years with this particular transit with Mars. If there has been anything that you've really wanted, observing that, and through that, it becoming more balanced, and maybe some cords being cut, some things being released, which leaves us feeling much more balanced when it comes to that drive, personal needs, and our independence. All right, so this is in the context of Capricorn. I think a lot of a great way of working with Sunday nonetheless, and likely the theme will be about taking the long road, right? Capricorn is that sea goat. It is about climbing the mountain one step at a time, having that larger perspective, and developing these healthy qualities of seeing the big picture, patience, discipline, and responsibility. And I think that's also being integrated with this, what is this stellium here, is three-way conjunction involving the moon, South Node, and Mars in Capricorn. All right, and then as we go into Monday, developing more of that healthy reserve, patience, and constructive stability that Capricorn helps us develop. All right, so that is the weekend in a nutshell. These first 2 days, Friday, Saturday, definitely more on the fire side of it. Feeling a little bit inspired. Of course, it's still a grounded time, so still great to be cultivating, again, that inner sense of self-value. But great time for, I think, collectively, maybe relationships, enjoying them, connecting in general, even with our values and material life. A bit of receptivity as well there. Friday in particular, a good day, I think, for that communications. Maybe the routine as well, things just a little bit direct, flowing there with this, with all these trines. And then once we get into Sunday, getting into this larger perspective with Capricorn, taking things slowly and steadily, I think bringing some conscious light to the inner realm when it comes to the things we want and these strong personal needs, which will likely, again, be emphasized, can help bring some balance there. All right, so have a fantastic weekend, everyone. Thank you again for all of your support with this channel. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't yet, and I will see you all on Monday for the daily forecast. Take care.